Say, Mr. Pons, do you ever get the feeling that we exist simultaneously in multiple parallel universes, completely unaware of the other's very existence?
You been licking yourself again, Frog Soos?
Caught me again, Mr. Pons.
The world of Gravity Falls has finally blessed our TV screens again. Kind of. In Amphibia's newest episode of Season 2 titled Wax Museum, Anne and the planters head to a small town on their journey to Newtopia. After Anne makes a ton of money, she wants to spend it all somewhere. They end up coming across this mysterious place called the Curiosity Hut, which, let's go, is basically just the Mystery Shack. Now, because this is straight up a Gravity Falls crossover, and the crew isn't trying to hide that, you'll realize that the shape is almost identical to the shack. While it's nowhere near as big, it's still a triangle with the same types of windows. You also have the eye watching all, which, come on, is obviously Bill Cipher. Another shot of the exterior reveals that he's down here below the sign. But okay, if that wasn't enough Bill goodness for you, then he's also on the carpet with the same glow. This eye appears just about everywhere you can think of, which represents the idea that even in a completely different universe, the Dream Demon is close by. Stepping inside, the gang is treated to creepy wax statues at every corner, which will play a bigger role in the episode than you might think. Now let's face it, it's not really Gravity Falls without gnomes. And cool, here they are! After exploring around, the gang meets this alternate universe Grunkle Stan, and for the sake of the episode, he is just called the Curator. Right when he's introduced, you can tell that this dude has the same exact personality as his Gravity Falls counterpart. Everything about him is incredible. We haven't been able to hear Stan's voice in years, so this was a nice return to one of Disney's best shows of all time. Anyway, the Curator has traveled all over Amphibia, collecting rare creatures, showing them off, and caring as much as you'd expect for a guy who just wants money. All the little details, from the music to the background colors, do their best to replicate the Mystery Shack, and yeah, it 100% feels like we're back in Gravity Falls. But we quickly learn that things are not as they seem. Now, if you want some cool Easter eggs, there are a few connections. We get a glimpse of the Loch Ness Monster, because remember the Gobblewonker? That was a thing. The Curator also has a footprint of Bigfoot, which appears in the Gravity Falls theme song. There is a single question mark in the frame here, which just represents the mysterious place we find ourselves in. The Mystery Shack is also known for having those literally everywhere. After an ominous message from the owner of the tourist trap, Frog Soos joins the party with the classic idea that he knows way too much. He acknowledges that there are alternate universe versions of himself into the shack, which falls in line with his character. Soos has always believed in the supernatural throughout his small town adventures, and is constantly asking bigger questions about life. This was easily one of the best lines in Wax Museum, but here's the sad thing. It was the end of Frog Soos. He had his spotlight for these few seconds and then dipped for the rest of the episode, but oh well. Because the storyline was mainly about the planters and the Curator, it makes sense. Now you might have questions about the timeline of these events compared to Gravity Falls, and the Disney TVA Twitter account fills us in. If you're wondering why there aren't frog versions of Dipper or Mabel in the episode, it's because creator/executive producer Matt Brawley envisioned this episode as taking place before the twins spend their life-changing summer with their Grunkle and the Amphibia parallel. Now, Anne eventually returns to the Curiosity Hut without her family knowing, and she wants to make a deal. Take a look over here in the background at the clown painting. In this kind of situation, there's only one thing to say. This is beautiful! Above the Amphibia clown painting is a special cryptogram. Oh, Gravity Falls cryptograms finally make a comeback! Which can be uncovered by going forward in the alphabet 3 letters. In this case, the code says, there is a Soos in every dimension. Cool! As the episode builds up to its ultimate climax, a big twist is revealed. The Curator is evil? What? No, wait, that was really obvious.
So, as you probably guessed, you're not just the main attraction tomorrow, you'll be here forever!
So as you probably thought, it turns out that every wax figure here isn't actually a figure. They're completely alive, and they're ready to give you nightmares. When the gnomes are getting free, it's hard to hear at first because things are happening so fast, but one of the gnomes says Schmebulok. Taking a look at the designs side by side, they're not even trying to hide it. I don't know how Schmebulok found his way to Amphibia, but anything can happen in Gravity Falls. Look at this beautiful shot. All the creatures team up against the villain of the episode, seeking revenge for everything he put them them through. What I love especially is a creature resembling an axolotl. Any Gravity Falls fan would know how important this thing is, which appears time and time again, and is an all-powerful being. Wax Museum ends with the curator being dragged into the secret storage room. Vending machine, anybody? You think he's killed, but it turns out that this is just Wax. In the final minute of the episode, Hop Pop mentions that he's dead, but I don't know about that. I guess it doesn't really matter either way, but I wanna believe he's alive. You can't leave Frog Soos alone. Overall, the episode delivered in pretty much every way possible. Frog Stan had his own secrets, which was comparable to the real Grunkle Stan, but this version was obviously more sinister. He was the main villain, going against the gang and doing whatever it took to make some money. Also, the jokes here constantly hit, especially when they came out of the curator's mouth, because, come on, it's Alex Hirsch! You can't expect anything less. From the beginning until the very end, this episode knew exactly what it wanted to be. No time was wasted in developing the story, and I think it'll stand out as one of my favorite Amphibia episodes ever. Of course, I'm biased because it's a Gravity Falls crossover, but can you really blame me?
Feel free to look around, but keep in mind breathing in the dust will be extra!
At this point, we just need to appreciate everyone on the crew who made Wax Museum a reality. Oh yeah, and if this is somehow the first Amphibia episode you've ever seen, then I think you should watch some more. But what are your thoughts on Wax Museum? Did it live up to your expectations? Let's talk in the comments. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.